So we went over this one briefly the other day. This is our current one. We're not going to spend too much time on it because we have to do our next phase here, which is deploying automations. So we have large, we have super investors or we have firms. Then we got 10 super investors, 5 firms, and we have the ticker company, current weight, which I was just looking at what they were selling. So we're gonna add what they're buying. What their previous weight was, basically looking what the big dogs are doing, seeing what they're buying, selling, and then in each quarter. So this time it's gonna be Q1 2026, which is then going to somehow, I don't know how, because I haven't really given any guidelines, which is probably bad on me, but it's gonna tell me what the top conviction buys are, and I'm gonna want it to try to find an average. So like, if 6 out of the 15 are all selling something and 3 of them are buying another thing, I wanted to track that based off of percentage of the portfolio and then the dollar amount. And the more uniform it is across all of them, the darker green it should be. So that's what that one should be. It didn't do either one of these two. And then the summary, I don't know how it's going to make a graph. I'm just kind of still playing with it. It's going to show me a graph that tries to tell me where the market's going. So if they sell Nvidia and Apple and then they buy UNH and Elevance Health, then they should somehow have a graph or somehow indicate that. Now, I'm not giving you very good parameters to do that, exactly what I want. So on the bottom, I want it to make a report telling me what it concluded, how it concluded it, the top 3 things that moved. Yeah, that's about it. Add any more details that you want. So, as you can tell from the YouTube videos, I'm not very good at talking. So, now we just gave it a ChatGPT. I am going to highlight this. Wow. That is... I feel like we need to put this in paragraph form. Say in paragraph form because whoa, this is the second time I've done that. I don't know how to do it or whatever it does, because people type natural language into Claude, so we should probably use that form. Perfect, there we go. Yeah, then I guess I'll show you. I'll feed it into Claude and then show you what the results are. Okie dokie, it's all done. And then C1, we have a new kind of format. Executive summary, stock rankings, sector rotation, raw data. And we got the Bussy on a radio. Claire de Lune. Alright, let's see. How do we get back to this? And let's see what it came up with. There we go. You see the preview change. Look at that. Wow. Okay, let's see what we can see from here. Tracked investors, we have 15 of them. Buy signals showing none. Sell signals 367. So I don't think it's really tracking any buys, because I know these guys had to buy something. Risk off is the market posture, which I agree with. I've heard a lot of the fellas I listen to on there. Big institutional investors. I don't know what that Enterprises is. Met Coal. Alright. Transocean. I don't know what that is either. Alright, so I don't know what those are, but they changed significantly. 27 to a 49%. Sector net capital flow. Nothing's really going into technology or financials, but if we go to... Here we go. This website, we can see that where'd you go? Activity. Nope. Sector stats. basically everybody's heavy in financials and technology. So they're not buying any because they're already in it. So yeah, nothing's flowing into there. More is flowing into India, which I guess they're going to greatly benefit from the AI. Materials for infrastructure probably. Brazil, no idea. Utilities, indexes, broad market because it's out competing the funds right now. Everything else kind of going down and the market's just going up. Real estate's higher probably because they think there might be a bubble. Potentially consumer staples. I thought that'd be higher if they think a recession's gonna happen. Nothing's really going into healthcare and stuff. So financial, technology, healthcare, all towards the bottom here, all towards the top here. Nothing's flowing into there because it's already being held up there. Consumer staples is in the middle. Materials is inverted. Real estate's at the bottom. It's 3/4 at the top. It didn't use the same. This is a little loud. It didn't use the same metrics as this chart here, but I didn't really have it assume so. It's making its own. What is this now? Net flow. You're taking money. Okay, no. Now this isn't really making sense. Because it's saying the net flow is going out of financials, but it's the highest one. Smart money is broadly reducing exposure this quarter. Sell signals outnumbered buy signals 367 to 1. This pattern where multiple independent top investors reduce simultaneously. It is a historic significant caution sign. Investors are not rotating into new ideas. They are raising cash or trimming winners. The sector with largest outflow is financials. The sector with the strongest inflow is India, which still they're flowing out of it. That's why the percentages are important. Capital rotations. The smart money is moving away from financial while avoiding everything. Well, anyways, I like this. Let's read the interpretation. The quarter's data points to a high significant risk off posture among the world's top institutional investors. The breadth of selling, spanning 367 individual positions reduced across 15 portfolios, is notable. Financials is the most affected sector. Historically, this type of correlated reduced precedence periods of increased market volatility and correction. Man, I'm starting not to be able to read. The smart money score rankings identify the stocks where institutional conviction remains highest despite the broad reduction trend. Okay. This is nice. This is nice now. This is really nice. Fantastic. This basically summarizes the first page.
Products, easy ordering, and next day delivery, making them the go-to play for everyone.
Where is this at?
Game day ready. Call.
Saying that everything's being an outflow, so sector rotation, nothing's going in, everything just being sold. Raw data is basically what we had before with a couple highlights. Stock rankings is saying what is a buy, what is not a buy, and now we have filters for each one of them. So now we can do ratings here. Let's see. Well, signals are all neutral, which isn't great. 3-star and everything's 3-star, everything's neutral. We kind of expected that though, I guess, because we didn't give it any guidelines or strict guidelines. It does give a conviction score though. The rating just isn't the best. Conviction score, let's see. Alright, everybody knows who Macy's is. Macy's stock. It looks like they're trending upward as consumer staple. Wow. Strong growth in the last year. I don't know, pretty interesting. Very interesting. These are all 55s as well. Let's see if we know any of them. Costco. We actually got Costco a while back. It's not doing as good as it was. Costco stock. Oh, that's going to be interesting to look at. kind of went up and up. Last year, they're down 5%, up 11.92%. I'm overall very impressed by this. The most widely sold this quarter is Google, Amazon. Well, they probably think it's going to be a deep trend. Capital One, Semiconductor. Wow. Meta, Apple, and Visa. Very interesting. Very interesting, because Amazon, maybe they're selling it to try to reposition to buy later. And then I'm also interested in the large companies like BlackRock, Chase. I think Chase went over to China too with Trump, along with Elon Musk and the Nvidia CEO, if the article I saw was correct. They all went over to China to try to expand financials in China. So I don't know, maybe these are spots. 6 of them are selling out of 15. I don't know. It's kind of a lot to digest right now and try to come up with a conclusion. You can hear I'm speaking out of the mind right now and just spitballing. Overall, super cool. I think we're going to do this each quarter because this is pretty cool. And then maybe we'll make another like trending item to see how accurate we are in the future. So, cool. We'll count that one as a success right now. I think the best success. And then we'll start with our next one. Deploying these automations. Cool. Peace.